Welcome to this week's Crypto Buzz by 𝐊𝐿𝐴, and I'm your host Sage, and we aim to bring you the week's trending crypto news covering the regulators, the exchanges, the coins, businesses that are working with blockchain and any other crypto gems we can find to help you navigate the parallels of this volatile and intriguing DeFi space that is gaining momentum in its path to possibly disrupting the fiat system as we know it. In today's show, after we glance over the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum, we'll keep you updated on the major regulations being imposed on the digital asset sector globally, as well as focus on how Power Ledger, a Perth-based company, is using the blockchain in the energy industry and how Solana is playing a part in this. Lastly, we'll take a closer look at DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations. So over the weekend, billionaire Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted, "Time is the ultimate currency." It didn't directly have an impact on the price of Bitcoin or Dogecoin like some of his other tweets that relate to crypto can. But the cryptic phrase has some clout in the age when time and space are being challenged by space flights and super-speed digital communications. We entered the dimension of causality as we attempt to apply what we know of technical analysis to the crypto space, identifying how various factors correlate to create meaning in the value of cryptos. A phrase comes to mind: correlation does not imply causation. This points plain and simply to negate the legitimate deduction of a causal relationship between factors affecting the relationship of crypto coins with other variables. So, how does cause and effect, the basis of our logic, relate to the value of cryptocurrency? I guess only time will tell. And as we look at the price of Bitcoin today, which has breached the US $52,000 levels but now faces the psychological $53,000 level, against a backdrop of a weak US jobs data and increasing coronavirus cases globally, we see that the bears and the bulls remain in a tussle for dominance over the world's most popular crypto by market cap. Now, being only about $12,000 under the all-time high seen in May 2021, which was around the US $65,000 level, the momentum behind the Bitcoin bulls to see the price reach between $80,000 to $100,000 by year's end is picking up steam. But although we have seen the price of Bitcoin push onwards and upwards from the lows experienced in July, despite the bearish undertones, the shorter candlesticks that are evident in the last week could be a sign of more sideways movement to come, if not a pullback. And the markets are dynamic and crypto's volatile, so despite the positive sentiments, it's not possible to place a one-way bet, even though intervals of positive price movement are evident. And that being said, Ethereum is at approximately $3,960 at the time of reporting, and in the current market, which has proven to be more inclined to reap profits through buying the dip in the market instead of selling the rally, as most coins, including ETH, are charting higher lows over the near term. And as Ethereum has created a buzz around the updates to its proof of stake protocol in the London hard fork, it takes another punt at reaching the $4,000 levels last seen in late April and early May. If this occurs, then the pressure will be on the bulls to push the price of ETH to a new all-time high, possibly exceeding the $4,500 region. And the altcoins Solana, Cardano, Litecoin, Luna and Filecoin are all making waves as well, with the market cap swelling as the bullish channel created by the altcoins trajectory, minus Bitcoin, remains on the same path it began in mid-July. But more on Solana to come later in the episode. Hopefully this has stirred some interest in you to investigate further, keeping in mind your own financial objectives and standing before you take any open positions. And moving on now for some news from the US. It seems the federal government is now satisfied with the definition they have prepared for the term broker after much scrutiny surrounding the case, and are now imposing more rules on the sector. President Joe Biden has identified the need for investors to include in their reports global crypto data sharing. The new regulations will be included in the $3.5 trillion infrastructure budget package. The US Treasury sees it as important that all foreign accounts are reported by the crypto enterprises, so the Fed remains transparent with world investment partners. And this is in the aim to limit tax evasion through the use of crypto assets. Moving down to South America, where El Salvador marks today being the first official day as Bitcoin being accepted as legal tender by the country. And to commemorate the milestone, El Salvador has purchased 200 Bitcoin, and they say they intend to buy more. Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, who led the charge earlier this year as one of the first major institutional investors into cryptocurrency, is encouraging all who are interested to buy $30 of Bitcoin in solidarity with the people of El Salvador. Will you join the pledge and buy $30 of BTC? Why not? Now, shifting our focus onto Venezuela, where decentralised finance may provide benefits to the country, who is deep in recession and experiencing hyperinflation. Many Bitcoin miners have been attracted to the cheap cost of electricity the country is able to provide. Dr. Miner is leveraging Bitcoin, making it more scarce and in turn more valuable as a resource. Theodoro Tucomides, the CEO of Dr. Miner, says he has over 80 mining machines working non-stop, which only rings up a $10 monthly electricity bill. And although these mining machines cost about $400 for a country where the minimum wage doesn't reach $10, most can't afford this technology, so are playing the popular Earn As You Play game Axie Infinity instead to get involved. We've now come to a short break, but please stay with us, because after the break we'll investigate into the regulations surrounding the world's largest crypto exchange, Binance. Hi, I'm 𝐊𝐴𝐧𝐿, and get ready to take the crypto ride with me on 𝐊𝐿𝐴𝐚 TV. Watch the Crypto Buzz every Tuesday and join the excitement at 𝐊𝐿𝐴𝐚 TV. From Bitcoins to NFTs to Dogecoin and DeFi, we have updates about everything around these digital currencies. Understand the investing rationale and the risks involved in the space with me, 𝐊𝐴𝐴𝐧, on Crypto Buzz. Keep watching 𝐊𝐿𝐴𝐚 TV. Welcome back and thanks for joining us after the break. And you are watching Crypto Buzz by 𝐊𝐴𝐚. I'm your host, 𝐊𝐴𝐴𝐧. As Binance continues to attempt to sustain liquidity in the ecosystem of cryptocurrency and blockchain whilst complying with new regulations. Although the crypto exchange is set to launch an IPO within 3 years, the CEO of the leading DeFi entity has admittedly found dealing with regulators a tough new terrain. And although now the Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA, a UK authority, last week confirmed that Binance Markets Limited, a subsidiary of the umbrella of Binance Group, is compliant, they are still unable to continue with operations in the UK. And Binance has also recently announced that after new warnings, it will conclude offering crypto pairs of derivatives against the Singapore dollar from Friday, 10th September. It will also remove its app from the iOS and Google Play stores in Singapore. But that's not all. The crypto exchange has recently ceased offering derivatives in many other nations, including Hong Kong, Malaysia, Australia, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands. Binance was founded in 2017 and operated in an environment of light regulation and expanded at a fast pace, as many global regulators view this entity to pose a financial risk to consumers, as well as the European regulators' concerns about the rules of the local markets being violated. Binance is taking these warnings seriously and is actively hiring regulatory officials to help with their governance. So amidst the pounding drums of the crypto regulators, we are more than likely to see the emancipation of the DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations, as the true spirit of DeFi flies amidst the US Fed's hawkish guidelines. And as the crypto entities shimmy and shake their way out of the keen eye of the regulators, it seems taking an equal and opposite stance to the new regulators could prove advantages through the replacement of traditional business models with DAOs. And just like how Bitcoin exists without a central authority managing it, Ethereum's network makes DAOs possible. The basic definition being a leaderless, self-running entity on the blockchain, in this way reflecting the natural physics of the Earth being a self-organising entity. The decision-making process will be structured around how the users interact with the rules of the DAO, and theoretically speaking, with such an entity there is little the law or regulations can do at this stage to upend it. And moving on now to the next news, the central banks of Australia, Singapore, Malaysia and the Republic of South Africa will begin the trial of using the central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, in cross-border payments. And the trial is being led by the Bank for International Settlements, or BIS, Innovation Hub, to determine whether this can ease and make the transactions cheaper. The CBDCs are digital forms of existing currencies that have blockchain at their core, a joint statement from the Reserve Bank of Australia, Bank Negara Malaysia, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the South African Reserve Bank and the BIS Innovation Hub said that the current project targets to develop shared platforms for cross-border transactions using multiple CBDCs. The project will explore various technical governance and operating designs and will publish its results in early 2022. Now, when we come back after the break, we'll take a look at the updates from Powerledger, a Perth-based blockchain entity, and please stay with us.
Tune in to get the latest information.
Whether it's about market movements or the currency graph,
Sectoral coverage or industry news.
we cover it all on our news segments.
Be on top of the latest news
With 𝐊𝐴𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞 TV.
Thanks for your time. You're watching Crypto Buzz by 𝐊𝐴𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞, and I'm your host, Sage. And blockchain is a new technology enabling peer-to-peer trusted transactions and value exchanges. Many industries are moving onto the chain, stretching from supply chain logistics to domain names, NFTs and gaming, from the digital art domain and the energy sector, which we'll take a closer look at today. Powerledger is blazing a trail in the new energy markets, where its blockchain protocol will enable tracking and trading of energy and environmental commodities, creating more liquidity in the economy at all levels and not just for those at the top. The Powerledger platform Track and Trade feature allows a user to maintain close countenance with the flow of energy through endorsing peer-to-peer trading and allowing for choice of energy type. It's so flexible. The solar P2P energy trading will allow the consumer to sell on their excess solar in the grid without subsidy. Now, earlier this week, Powerledger put out a press release by their co-founder and technical director, Mr. John Bullich. Being used in a number of their global projects, however, first developed in 2016, the EcoChain blockchain was developed by Powerledger and is a private proof-of-stake chain. This preferred low-power blockchain was live tested in the energy markets during the trials in 2016 and 2017. In 2017, Powerledger began transitioning to a feeless proof of authority consortium network powered by Ethereum. However, Solana will be the new blockchain Powerledger will move on to. And this new exciting blockchain is high speed, reportedly being faster than Ethereum. And Solana has moved into the 7th top spot for cryptos, having a market cap of $40 billion, more than likely because of the utility its tokens can offer. Now, being more practical than theoretical, Solana has key attributes like short block times with throughput exceeding 50,000 transactions per second, and being less energy intensive, Solana's design utilises proof of history and proof of stake mechanics. Powerledger staking will be linked to the existing POWR token, available as ERC-20 on Ethereum. And the company is seeking validators who are interested in becoming responsible for forging blocks and approving transactions on the network. There is a minimum hardware requirement and an ability to run blockchain code to get involved. In return, the Powerledger validators will be rewarded with staking rewards of the POWR tokens. To become a validator on the Powerledger Energy blockchain, head to their website, powerledger.io. And thanks for your company on this week's edition of Crypto Buzz. I hope you have been able to take something away with you. Keep watching 𝐊𝐴𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞 TV for more expert talks and live market commentaries. Sage signing off.